Charro. Charro, turn this around for me.
Who sees this? What's up? How you guys doing?
Hey everyone. Is there a way to get that back off there? Is there a way to get that off of there? See how that thing? I don't know what that is.
Grab hold of my thing real quick. Alright, that whole I don't know.
Hey everyone. Hey, will not comply. Hey, EJ, Eric Johnson, MCW Joker, how you guys doing? Another Popo arriving on the scene. This is our first Copwatch tonight. Been out cruising around. They have a college in town, high school football games going on. So, should be a good night. Should be a real good night. Hi, gorgeous Blue Ivy. How are you? Thank you so much for showing up. Jose Salas. Hey, Top Cat. What's going on? Tampa Copwatch. Hey, how are you? Glad you guys could make it out. Our first Copwatch of the night. Proud Felon. Thank you so much for showing up. Appreciate it. Rafa. Is that my Rafa out there? I love you, Rafa. We're out here. This is our first Copwatch tonight. Rafa, hopefully everything goes well for these guys. Hopefully they'll be able to get out of here safely. Is what we're hoping. Starting to point fingers and shit, so we'll see what happens here. So I'm out here tonight with Charro Negro. Hey, can you turn around and give him a peace sign or something? Thank you. Smile. Thank you.
Sorry.
Yeah, so John T. Hey, Super 23. Hey, Jim T. Thanks for being here, guys. Looks like they're trying to search him. Not sure if they asked or if they're just searching him. But we're going to stand by, make sure they're not mistreated, make sure they don't shoot no one in the back, make sure they treat people right. So that's why we come out and do this. Make sure they don't get out of hand. One's being escorted to the vehicle. Yeah, gathering revenue, exactly. Hard and heavy tonight, too. They've been out everywhere. Hey, Big T. Thank you for saying that. Thank you so much. Hi, California Integrity News. How are you? Let me see what's going on here real quick, guys.
Is that a training officer right there? What? Is that a training officer right there?
I don't know what. A training?
A training officer?
Is he in training?
Oh, he's not in training.
Oh no, is that, what's those two chevrons between on his arm?
Two chevrons?
Yeah.
It's kind of like a corporal. We use two chevrons for the police
The what police officers?
Lead?
Lead.
Yes.
Thank you.
What
Would you-
happened? What happened with this guy right here?
I'm not too sure. To be honest, I kind of showed up just to assist with the.
So it looks like the corporal is allowing you guys to go ahead and shake down everybody in the car.
I thought it was only driver.
What's that?
I thought it was only the driver.
I'm not sure. I wish I could give you details, but
You just drove up.
I kind of like to respect their privacy at the same time.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's my First Amendment right to do this, so, you know, it's legal to sit here and film. Do you want to go ahead and give me your name and badge number since you wanted to engage?
Yeah. Russell.
Russell?
100-391.
Thank you so much, Mr. Russell.
And you guys are cool, right? It's not
Yeah,
like-
no, we don't want any part of that. We're just here to observe. We hold our government accountable. We like to exercise our First Amendment right. Want to make sure no one's mistreated.
I'm actually.
You're not giving them permission to go through your car, are you?
You don't have to give them permission to search, and you can take it back at any time too, without a warrant. They can't search.
The other day when by the bridge.
On the
right?
bridge, okay. Were you
I was trying to help out.
the first person?
I was the first. I was just kind of
Like in the middle of the
Yeah.
down. I remember. Okay, yeah, you and another gentleman were
Yeah.
there. Yeah, thank you. I remember you now that you say that. Thank you, sir. See what they're doing over here in the car real quick, guys. How are you guys all doing
You
tonight?
have a YouTube video.
Yeah, I have a YouTube channel. It's called Tucson Lori Copwatch. And Lori is Lori. Like, yeah, instead of Laurie, it's Lori. Yep, that's mine.
You got a lot of viewers.
No, I'm new. I barely have 1,000 subscribers. So luckily I'm able to go live, which, yeah, it's been going good. I started a couple months ago, and it's been interesting just seeing how everything works and not being the one that's being arrested for a change, which has been pretty nice too. So it's nice just to be observing. And that's basically all we want to do is observe. Make sure no one's rights are violated.
I got you. Oh, so 1,000 viewers. It's how long you been doing it? You said.
About 2 months now.
2 months?
Yeah. So,
You like
yeah. I do. My father was actually a sheriff here in Arizona for like 40 years. My dad happened to be 6 years old when I was born.
Yes.
So he died when I was 13. But he was actually a Pima County Sheriff Lieutenant for 40 years. So yeah, it's things aren't the same as I remember them back then, as a child. Like I used to ride it with him in the car, and like you carried the gun in the trunk and shit, you know what I mean? These were different times. So it was like a really beautiful time, go down to the police station with him and talk on the radio and stuff. So yeah, we'd be out in Marana in the end of Pima County basically, and we had a ranch out there, and so it's different, like I said, I
Different.
kind of got, it is different times. Everything is elevated and escalated, and since 9/11 basically everything has really, for me, that's when I've noticed a big change, just in.
Yeah, there was a lot of support.
People actually were so scared that they did start asking for, more help, more security, more this, more that. And we gave up a lot of our rights doing that. But I understand from your guys' point of view, too, that we do need to have a check and balance. I mean, there has to be some kind of sanity. I totally get that. Hey, guys, sorry I'm ignoring you, but I actually have such a nice officer that I wanted to take some time to talk to him. We don't get to have this kind of communication all the time. So I'm always so grateful when we do have a nice officer like I have here. I hope the wind is not too bad for you guys. Looks like we have 30 viewers, sir. So we're up to 30. Yeah, he's a nice officer. He's been really cordial, really respectful, and I really love that. So I want to give him a big shout out. Really got to appreciate that. Hey, Phoenix Rising, what's going on? California Integrity News. How are you? You're in California? Thank you so much for coming out.
What kind of camera are you using?
It's a Samsung 9 Note.
9 Note?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a pretty good picture, look.
Okay.
Yeah, so it gives a pretty good picture. Just nothing fancy, but it works. Hey,
iPhone
Kevin.
user?
I'm sorry?
Don't like iPhones?
No, I've been on Samsung since my son, though. He loves iPhones. He's
Okay.
he's a Mac guy. He doesn't like PCs, and he likes iPhones, and yeah, so whole different breed. He's a nurse, so.
So with your channel, has it created any revenue for you yet?
No, I have not asked for any revenue yet. We did I did involve in a fundraiser though for Mexican Padilla is the gentleman's name. That's his name of his channel.
What is it called?
Mexican Padilla. Padilla is the last name, yeah.
Okay.
So he's been in Texas jail now since May with a $250,000 bond for basically recording, for doing First Amendment shit. So we raised $5,800 for him a couple weeks ago, and we're going to continue. We're getting him a lawyer because we can't raise at $250,000. But yeah, it's a ridiculous. Yeah, it's in Leon Valley in Texas. But yeah, if you know anyone who would like to contribute, we'd love that.
All right. So that's the Note 7, you said, right?
Note 9.
Note 9.
Yeah.
Are you gonna be getting 10? I think there's a 10, right?
There is a 10 already, but I just bought this like literally 2 months ago, and I paid like $1,200 for it. Like, yeah, so it was. I didn't want to go through the phone plan because it's my son's phone plan and shit.
I don't know what service it is, but they change the stuff a lot.
Yeah, no, exactly. We were on Sprint, and then my son switched us up to AT&T because him and his girlfriend wanted new iPhones, and then I got stuck with a crappy old piece of crap phone, and then so finally I'm like, I'm just gonna go buy my own phone, keep my phone bill down, and that's how I did it.
And was he working off of?
I think he has a little pad today, notebook or a pad, because unfortunately he's been arrested like maybe 6 of the last 9 times in court. So they've taken all his phones, all his GoPro, they have everything in custody. So yeah, him and Chris Hale.
Nice.
They are so nice. Yeah, he's like down to like nothing now. I think that's he doesn't like it because he says there's not enough light on it, but
it's big. It's bulky.
Yeah, it is.
The GoPro's
yeah.
I want to get one. I haven't got. Not yet. And when you end up buying one, they come out with a new one.
Yeah, exactly. As soon as you buy it, you're guaranteed that they're going to come out again.
So, are you planning on trying to create a revenue eventually, or?
I really haven't thought of that part. I just mostly wanted to, like, just seeing the state of our world. Like, it makes me feel better to, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying that some of you guys don't do a good job, but there's been like so much unjust stuff too, like people getting shot in the back, and you know what I mean? Just some jacked up stuff.
I really like to kind of give you guys, you can exercise your rights all you want. And that's kind of why I like to be an officer.
I'm really, and I appreciate that. I can totally,
right. So
yes.
Nobody's big on the Second Amendment, but
but it's our amendments, and we can't keep giving them away. I mean, we've stripped down a lot of shit already because out of fear, after 9/11 and not knowing what it was and all that. But it's a really crucial time that we cannot. And I believe in peaceful protests. Like, I'm not, into violence or Antifa or nothing like that. I'm just a peaceful protester, just a citizen out here, journalist, trying to show my community what's going on. I've been here forever, as you can tell, so old as dirt. So, but yeah, it makes me feel better to at least come out and see what's going on, because sometimes, it can be a little intimidating or,
Well, we try not to be intimidating.
No, but by my experience.
Like
yeah, well, just from my experience, I had some crazy past. I mean, due to my own interaction with drugs and all that 20 years ago, it was pretty crazy. But
are you recovered now?
Oh, yes, thank God. Yeah, well, over 20 years now. So, yeah, I'm so grateful for that. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So, I'm really glad I made it out of that. Yeah, I was in Phoenix during that whole nightmare for a year and a half on the street. So it was a really, really rough time. Worst time of my life. And
what helped you get through it?
It ended up being God, because that's all I had left. I had used up everyone and everything, and
that's awesome.
Yeah, it was God. It was God and myself. My will and determination in God is really how I did it.
You out as well?
I didn't. Well, I don't. I'm more, just one-on-one type girl, but not really with a middleman. But it really, I feel like I know I'm divine. You know what I mean? I know that I'm first a divine spirit above this flesh body. And it's so hard though, because I keep reacting as this flesh body with my anger and my little flaws that I have and my big mouth and stuff. But it's like, I don't know what else to do other than get out here and try and like help and like to bridge the divide, because sometimes I feel like we're disconnected.
Yeah.
Really disconnected.
So one thing I will ask is, how can we improve relationship with you guys to make it a little bit easier? Because I mean, I know you guys come out to a lot of our calls, and I know you guys want to exercise your First Amendment rights, but we also want to create a safety
Absolutely,
barrier.
absolutely,
And we like as you
absolutely, and that's what we want to do. Like usually, though, what happens is right off the bat, people start like 5 come over here to me, and I'm what? How tall am I? 5 foot? 5'2"? Look, I'm standing up on this a little higher. Yeah. So, okay, I'm not very big. So usually like 4 6-foot dudes come over at me, towards me with guns, and all start yelling at the same time, giving me different directives. Well, no, you're perfect just the way you are. You don't need to be tall to be spectacular. We got it going on. But anyway, so yeah, it's like the behavior and the yelling right off the bat and treating you disrespectful and acting like you're a criminal when we're not. I'm not doing anything illegal. I'm here just to observe. And then, because of my PTSD from different things with the police department in Phoenix and in Tucson, it just doesn't feel good when, like, a lot of times they'll come up and corner me, like, I don't do well. If you're getting me up against this, I am not going to act good. And they just seem not to de-escalate stuff. Yeah. I really would love people to, like you're posturing right now to the side, that's perfect. If you're not standing towards me, hands on your gun, yelling at me, spitting in my face. Right, no, and I understand, but look, it's not on your, this is beautiful posturing right here. This is de-escalating. This is exactly what officers should be doing.
And then, so, cars pass.
Some bikes.
One thing I asked is because just in the interaction that we've been with just tonight, we did hear you guys kind of telling the people that we're actually trying to talk to back here. I'll be honest, it kind of gets frustrating when we're trying to have a conversation back here. You guys aren't hearing probably what's going on.
No, we can't with the traffic in the background. I don't, and I'm trying to narrate to my viewers, basically, is what I'm doing, because I'm live, so they're all watching, and so I'm just narrating to them. But no, I don't want to be a disruption. We don't want to obstruct you. We just want to make sure that we have every right, though, to tell them, though, that what their rights are. I mean, like, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but they have a right to know their rights. A lot of people don't, and that's the hard thing. I've given up my rights so many times willingly. Tell me the truth, or you're gonna, we're gonna, they just pressure me, like, I'm gonna take your kid, I'm gonna do that. So here's my weed, here's my drugs, here's my, and it's like, it doesn't, we should know our rights. We have every right to know our rights, and I don't mean to be disrespectful and get into it, but I want all my fellow citizens to know their rights, not just me. I want to make sure law enforcement knows them and knows what the hell they're enforcing.
Do you study case law a lot?
I've been looking into this. Like I said, it's new to me, so that's what we've been, we do that a lot. A lot of us talk about that, and we have channels out there too that help us with Constitutional Corner, for example. There's a great YouTube station out there, Constitutional Corner, I think it's called, or something like that, and they're great about showing us what the Supreme Court has and has not ruled on, and what he's already said. And right now our biggest fight here in Tucson is showing the courts what 122.1 really means. And so we're getting ready to, he's getting ready to go to court on that. But we have a lot of stuff pending on that. He has like eight charges stacked on top of each other, which you film, and they tell you to stop, and then they call you out and they say you're being disorderly because you won't listen. And then they also try and get you, like, with a trespass, which is they don't give you the correct warning, they don't give you the correct paperwork, none of that, but they trespass you, and then they take them to jail. Like, this has happened 6 times in a row with Christopher Hale in there. Thank God he's gone. I'm really happy.
I don't know his cases, so I'm not going to speak to that,
and I appreciate that you don't know him. Thank you for not saying, we studied up on him this morning. He's just like a hometown boy to me that, like, is around here, and I started watching him and Mark Brown, Tuck Police Suck on YouTube, and then I started going, oh my God, there's people here in town that do it, So I felt compelled to go down and went and met him at court one day, and just decided this is, was what I wanted to do. But I'm so grateful that you're taking the time, because this is exactly what we need. And like that posture is so beautiful. They don't usually come at me like that.
Like I said, I'll be honest. It is a little nerve-wracking when somebody's hovering over.
But you're compensated. I mean, you guys are public servants, and you're compensated in your pay to put up with our bullshit. I'm not saying like total bullshit, like, being disrespectful or trying to grab your gun or anything. But I mean, come on, words can't hurt you guys. I mean, seriously. We see so much violence coming from you guys that, I mean, words really can't hurt you. You
gotta remember, we are human. We try to control it. We try to have
I know, but you guys lie for each other all the time. You guys lie, and like the good ones don't call out the bad, and that's that's the hardest part for me. Like, me and my mom just had a fight. She's like, Lori, there's good cops. I'm like, well, there is good cops, but then tell me why they don't call out the bad ones. Tell me why they can't step up and speak out, because this blue thin line has gone on forever. My dad was a cop. You have to understand, I'm born in 65. I mean, I go way back, dude. I'm not just coming out of nowhere with this. Put a lot of thought into this and a lot of my energy.
There's a lot of history with policing in itself.
Yeah, and then too, like, I mean, the whole thing too with our poor vets, we send them over there, and like a lot of times our vets end up in law enforcement, which is a great, because I want them employed and stuff, but we don't always do what we need to do medically for people, when you come back from war and stuff, and that's a whole nother.
You gotta look at history.
We've been at war for like 240 years out of our 258 that were in existence.
There was a big differences between like World War II veterans and then Vietnam.
Oh, absolutely.
A lot of times.
And Iraq and Afghanistan.
And I think the one big thing that sticks out that I've read is that the time that they typically would take to get back to the stateside, they would have that time to kind of decompress.
Right.
We don't really have that anymore.
No. And
really
you're going on like 5 tours, like 6 tours. You know what I mean? If you stay in the military, there's no downtime. And even when you think you're going home, usually you get called back anyway. But no, I really appreciate your communication. I appreciate your communication skills. I really am impressed.
You get any more viewers?
So we're up to, let's see what we have. I'm old as dirt, so let me get my glasses on here. So we're up to 35 viewers.
Okay.
So yeah, we went up. We went from 19 to 33. So looks like you gathered 14. Thank you so much. Ismail, I didn't know you were on here. Thank you so much. Hi, honey bunny. How are you? El Charro's live too? You're live too? So you're splitting my piece.
How many viewers you got? Because you have different
Oh,
channels.
he has a lot more than me.
A lot more.
Yeah, he should have a lot more than me. I mean, he has a lot more subscribers than I do. He's been doing it like a while. Yeah. And he has. Hi, Jason D. How are you? Jen Wow, thank you so much for coming in. Sure appreciate that. Hope you guys have been listening in. I'm sorry to have been ignoring you guys, but I had a wonderful opportunity to talk with a really nice officer, so I wanted to take that time and not waste that.
Is he not wanting to talk?
Yeah, he don't talk.
Okay.
He'll tell you. He'll say, I don't want to answer questions. Nope, he'll say, yeah, he doesn't want to answer questions.
I was curious to see how many viewers he
Yeah, he can ask. He has more than I do for sure. So who else is in there? Let's see. Paragot? I can't hardly see you guys. Bear with me here. I'm old as dirt. Hey, Tampa Copwatch. Hey, Will Not Comply. How are you? Jason D. Is that Too Tall Rob I'm seeing in here? Too Tall Rob, thank you so much for coming. Oh, so there's 35 on El Charro. So there's 35 on El Charros.
What's his bracelet say? Freedom.
I don't know.
Is it veteran based?
No, it's probably a First Amendment type.
Oh, okay. Because I had a friend that actually
Thank you for that information.
A lot of this stuff. He's actually passed away, but all the fundraiser stuff went to a lot of the bracelets just like that. So.
Danny Draper, how are you?